Today on Sunrise, asking for accountability for a student pilot's death. A local flight school and airline are now at the center of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Plus, how the city of Portland found itself with a budget shortfall nearly 4 times the size of its original estimate. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. Your headlines in just a minute. But first, let's check in with Daisy Caballero for a look at your Saturday forecast. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, good morning, Libby. Happy Saturday, everyone, and happy day today because, yes, we're starting off a little cloudy, 33 degrees, chilly too. But we will eventually be seeing more of that sunshine. And with the sunshine comes a little bit more of those warmer conditions. Looking at our hour-by-hour temperature forecast for today, we should be getting out of the 30s and into at least the low 40s by right about noon. And then right about 2 o'clock, we should be seeing closer to the mid-40s. Looking at our current temperatures right now, especially colder on the west side, 29 degrees for Beaverton, 25 for Hillsborough, 27 for Forest Grove. Looking at the rest of our region here, 24 degrees for the Dalles. And looking at the 20s for Tillamook and 31 degrees for Astoria. So looking at our satellite radar, not a lot going on, just a few of those high clouds passing through, but we will be seeing partly cloudy skies by noon. And then for the second half of our day, we should be seeing clear skies and a lot of sunshine. I'll explain what else is in the 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Daisy. As we are seeing cold temperatures this weekend, Washington County is activating its severe weather shelters. They include the Beaverton Community Center and the Blanton Street building, which will be open beginning at 5 p.m. tonight. Multnomah County says it's monitoring the overnight forecasts and is not planning to open any emergency shelters just yet. The family of a young man killed in a Newburgh plane crash now has filed a wrongful death lawsuit. They want $27 million from a local pilot school and an airline. Catherine Cook has a look at the lawsuit for us.
October 3rd, 2023, the day 20-year-old Barrett Bevacqua was killed after this small plane he was in crashed. It happened near Newburgh during a flying lesson. His instructor, 22-year-old Michelle Cavalotti, was also killed, and another student pilot seriously injured. Bevacqua's family is now seeking $27 million as part of a wrongful death suit connected to the crash. Defendants include Hillsborough Air Academy, Ascend Pilot Academy, Alaska Airlines, and Horizon Air. Alaska Airlines confirms that Bevacqua was enrolled in the Ascend Pilot Academy, a pathway program used by Alaska and Horizon to recruit and train future airline pilots. Shortly after the crash, Bevacqua's father told KGW his son was following his dream of becoming a pilot.
100%. He went out doing what he loved.
The lawsuit claims that before the plane spun out of control, Cavalotti, the pilot in command, may have been performing a maneuver called a single-engine minimum controllable airspeed demonstration. Based on the flight track, wreckage, and witness accounts, the suit claims Cavalotti failed to maintain control of the plane after allowing it to slow down below safe standards. The lawsuit says, quote, Mr. Cavalotti was required to comply with those operating limitations contained in the FAA-approved flight manual, but did not. KGW reached out to Alaska Airlines. In a statement, they told us they don't comment on active litigation, but added, "We are devastated by Mr. Bevacqua's passing and continue to extend our deepest condolences to his family and friends."
And we also reached out to the Hillsborough Aero Academy and are waiting for a response. Looking at the NTSB's preliminary report, a rep from the Academy told investigators training flights of this type commonly include power-off stalls and other types of demonstrations. This morning, police are looking for the driver who crashed into a homeless camp in Northeast Portland, just off of I-205. It happened at Northeast 97th and Gleason early Friday morning. According to Portland police, a car hit some tents. Luckily, no one was hurt. We did hear from some people living in that camp who shared just how close a call this was.
If it wasn't for all of our stuff, we would be dead. The car literally went right over the top of us.
According to police, the driver took off after the crash and has not been found. The city of Portland is facing an estimated $100 million budget gap for the next fiscal year, and that's almost 4 times what the previous administration estimated. The shortfall is in large, due in part to $40 million in funding that's expiring, and the city council will need to figure out how to replace it. Parks and Recreation, PBOT, and Public Safety could be forced to make some of the largest cuts. Union leaders say any cuts would be detrimental.
We do not have enough police officers to keep our city safe and to keep our officers safe today. And so any cuts, a dollar cut, would prohibit our ability to interdict and to lower crime in our city.
We have 171 firefighters across 31 stations. And the only way to accommodate that kind of cut is to close stations. So essentially you just have less firefighters on duty.
City leaders say they're considering potential staff reductions and layoffs to bridge the gap. The city manager will release his recommendations next month, with a final vote by city council expected by June. While Oregon's legislative session begins Tuesday, Washington lawmakers have been on the job for a week. One of the bills up for consideration in Olympia would lower the state's blood alcohol limit. If the law passes, it would lower the blood alcohol content threshold for a drunk driver from 0.08 to 0.05. Right now, Utah is the only state where the legal limit is that low. Portland police arrest a man accused of stealing money from tip jars from at least 2 businesses, but they say it's not the same person who burglarized several bakeries, as we reported last week. Officers say they were already on the lookout for Jakery Sanders after he allegedly swiped money from a tip jar at a chocolate shop in Northeast Portland. Then a couple weeks ago, witnesses say he took more cash from Grand Central Bakery. An employee who reported it says she's glad investigators followed through.
As we know, a lot of businesses are going out of business, especially the small ones. So when this happens, it's really unfortunate, a little bit disappointing too.
Authorities are still looking for the person or people who had a string of bakeries and chocolate shops from North Portland to Wilsonville. The suspect or suspects in those break-ins were recorded on video, as was a vehicle of interest in the Portland break-ins, a small blue car.